Hi there, this is going to be a general love reading. It's going to be a past life reading in this YouTube video. And then in the extended version, we're going to go ahead and pull the Sexual Tarot Magic deck. And in this particular reading for the extended, please do not purchase if you are not over 18 or if you are offended by sexual images. Okay, because the cards are beautifully illustrated, but there are sexual images on there. So, oh, we're coming out quickly here. So, this is for anybody, everyone who feels like this message resonates. We have a Pisces full moon coming up in a few days, clearing out a lot of karmic things, possibly from past life, possibly from this life. First card came out is Greco-Roman. Something literally just fell in front of me. Something toppled over, just scared the shit out of me. Sorry about that. Greco-Roman, as soon as I said that, I saw it fall over. It's a bunch of like, just, you know, reusable grocery bags that I had piled up against the window over there. Okay, so this particular time period, there could be something really important here. Maybe this is a particular time period where there was a lot of healing that needed to happen that still carried forward, you know, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. For some of you, could have been some type of imprisonment or slavery that happened during that particular time period, or you feel stuck to that particular lifetime. See what I mean? Now, you have trust and faith. I don't know if you're in a place in your life where there is so much tremendous change, and that is collective. But I don't know if you personally are in a place right now where just collectively you are being tested, being brought to your knees, you know, in other words. One more, please. Just a reminder to have faith and trust the process, trust the journey. One more, please. Thank you. See, lessons and blessings. This is what we're here for. It's for soul ascension. It's not a vacation. We do not come here to lollygag and frolic and not gain anything from experiences. We're here to do those things too, but we're also here to learn and to grow. Lessons and blessings. Knighthood. Some of you, this is a time period, medieval time period, that is really important to you, or you feel really drawn to. Now, the other day, I saw something on TikTok. TikTok is hella informative. I saw something on TikTok, and it was about a fallen soldier, right? Somebody that, you know, got hurt in an accident in 2020. You know, military member. And I was reading through the comments, and I was seeing people write until Valhalla. And, you know, I know what Valhalla is. It's the hall of the fallen, you know. It's in Norse mythology. It's the place where those that have fought in wars and in battles go when they die. And, you know, Odin is a big factor here in that energy with Norse mythology and such. You know, in the Ascended Masters deck, you know, Odin in here is about psychic insight. So that was coming up for me, and it could be because, I don't know, maybe my partner is in the military or ex-military. Maybe my partner in a past life died in war or battles or something. I don't know. But I just know that, you know, I don't see things and hear things and accidentally stumble on things for no reason at all. So I want to tell you that that could resonate for some of you, okay? Now, the lessons and blessings. In this card, you see how there is a pocket watch. Speaking of time, one of my absolute favorite movies is Never Been Kissed. I've seen it. I can't tell you how many times. I have the DVD. I've just seen it a million times. Tell me how come, not last night, but the night before, I turned on the TV and it was towards the ending, like half hour or so left. And I said, oh, I'm not going to watch it. And Spirit said, yeah, you do need to watch it. And I said, oh, okay, fine, I'll watch it. And then it was, you know, the ending part where she says she's going to stand on the pitcher's mound, set the clock to 5 minutes, and if he loves her, he's going to come meet her there and give her her first real kiss. And so it's exciting. Everybody's watching, right? All of the press is there because she's a writer for the Sun Times or something, right? The newspaper is called, I can't remember, the Sun something. And then he doesn't come. And then it's like 3, 2, 1, and like he's nowhere to be found, right? Mr. Coulson, the teacher. And everybody's like disappointed in the crowds, and she's all sad. She drops the microphone. It's this really like sad, dramatic moment. And then all of a sudden, the crowd starts kind of getting a little bit disruptive, and the music starts changing. And it starts changing to that song by the Beach Boys, Don't Worry Baby. Don't worry baby. And then here comes Mr. Sam Coulson at the last minute, after the clock strikes 0, after the timer goes off, after he runs out of time. Now, here's the important thing. I know it sounds like I'm rambling, but I'm getting to a point, trust me. He gets there and he says, sorry I'm late, took me forever to get here. And she says, I know what you mean. Spirit was like, and I was like, oh, how come that part in the movie that I've seen how many times didn't register the way it's registering at this exact moment? Because we don't get things or see things until it's time, you know? And it's like, oh my God, like sometimes they're late. Remember I was feeling recently like the feminine could possibly be early, and so it's like she's discouraged because she's early, or she knows and they don't. And so then when they don't and there's nothing reciprocated, she kind of retracted. I don't care if this is 5 years ago, 1 week ago, 3 months ago. If for some of you, she reaches out, she puts herself out there, she becomes vulnerable, whatever it is. It's not reciprocated. The other person's not privy to the same information. They're not on the same wavelength yet. She says, okay, screw this, fuck that, I'm out. She retracts. Then when it's, they, right? Because it all happens to us at different times when it's meant to. Then they come in and they're late. That's of course not going to be for all of you, but for a huge portion. One more, please. 2 more came out. So we have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. But guess what card fell on top of it? Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So for some people, there was this facade of, no, I'm not attracted to you. No, I'm not feeling it. Whether they wanted to keep it to themselves because they were afraid of being vulnerable, or whether it's because they were in something else already. It doesn't matter. The point of the matter is, it was more than meets the eye. And I've been feeling that for a minute. I think I've even done a reading that's called that recently, past few months, more than meets the eye. This was what was there all along. Now we have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And then you have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So that could be right here, a part of what we are releasing in this lifetime, but it comes from past lives. Doesn't always have to be this life. Pisces full moon is going to be really intense. I've already felt slightly emotional. And as an Aquarian sun sign and a Capricorn moon, the last thing I am is sad emotional. I get hyphy quick. I'm impatient, you know. I feel those emotions no problem. The other emotions don't come second nature to me, and it's been a part of my lesson to be more open to feeling my emotions and being sensitive, right? So, bottom of the deck, we have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. But which past? This past? In this life? Oh, like I already know you? Or are we talking, I don't know you, but I know you? Acceptance and support was kind of stuck behind it. So accept, support, and help from others is what I'm feeling. This could be your spirit guides and angels. Accept that some of you are seeing signs and you're blowing them off and saying, no, it's not what it is. I think we just become so conditioned to thinking it has to be a certain way. And I keep talking about this because I think it's collective, that we have to remember that things may not always happen the way we think that they're going to. You have positivity and be spontaneous. If we be spontaneous again, I'm going to scream. It's like they're shoving it in our face that we have to stop being so structured and to stop being so on a regiment's tight schedule, which I think is going to be difficult being in a sign right now like Virgo, because Virgos are not necessarily quite spontaneous depending on what else they have in their chart. Matter of fact, they're extremely structured and they're extremely organized, and they're almost OCD about stuff. It has to be at this time, at this, they have to have a routine. But right now, the universe and spirit is calling for us to allow spontaneity to come in and happen, because I think that that's when the magic happens, right? You know, it's always when you least expect stuff, right? And I think that's where the magic comes from, is like this sudden and unexpected. And it's also a gift and a surprise. Be positive, that energy of keeping your energy up. Yesterday I did a live on my Instagram, xi_missy_xi, and it was extremely powerful. It was about, you know, I felt really soft and sensitive because I'm missing my, you know, beloved grandma. She's gonna make her 1 year passing on 9/11, you know, and it's like she was like my best friend, you know, and she was like, oh, like a soulmate to me. And I'm still purging and releasing and healing all of that, you know. And during this time period, I think that we're getting a little too caught up, I think, in what we've lost, what we won't have in the future, memories of the past. It's all about past and future. I think we're forgetting about being in the present moment, which is extremely important. It's how we manifest, by being in the present moment. And also, it's a gift, right? That's why they call it the present. And I think we rob ourselves sometimes of just being in this moment of now. And maybe right now I feel sad, so I'm gonna feel it to heal it. And maybe right now in this moment I feel so happy I have butterflies. I'm gonna feel it to enjoy it. Because what we have found, and I talked about this in this particular reading, which I thought was very profound. I named it This Too Shall Pass, this Instagram live reading from yesterday. I find that sometimes we numb ourselves from feeling things, good and bad. And really, it's about allowing ourselves to feel both the good and the bad. You know, sometimes when happiness comes and knocks on our door, we clam up and we freak out and we shut it down and we numb ourselves from feeling it, because I'm afraid to feel it, because what if it doesn't last long? Well, I'm afraid to feel it because what if I'm wrong about this one? Well, I'm afraid to feel it because what if they're just bullshitting me? But it's like we are forgetting that we are fucking experienced in this journey, right? We're not newbies anymore. We have gone through our major Big Bang transformation, and at this point we're using extreme fucking discernment. We're high priest bitches. We're using logic, but we're also using our intuition. Like, trust your fucking gut. All right, now we have birds, communication, and communication is coming nonstop, swear to you. Communicate, negotiate, chatter, debate, discuss, flighty, nervous, ADHD, I hate to say it, but that's very Virgo energy, text, call, or contact. Somebody is feeling this extreme need to reach out and however this would be, whether it's an email, phone call, text, DM. I've been feeling the communication thing, as you guys know, for several months. It's been coming up in the cards past couple of weeks, heavy in the past couple of days. I keep pulling the throat chakra card, feeling like they want to communicate or you need to communicate, but it's like this excuse me. And then you also have road, crossroads, journey, multiple choice, travel, free will, opportunity, weigh the options and decide. So for some of you, communication could come in and it actually opens up a whole new option or opportunity that you didn't think was there, that you didn't think existed. We also have the Hanged Man, Neptune, the ruler of enlightenment, inspiration, illusion, spirituality, intuition, psychic ability, fantasy, dreams, disillusion, enlightenment. Okay. Some of us are thinking what's coming in or what has come in is a fucking facade. Especially the realists. People that are extremely grounded and, you know, very, I don't want to say pessimistic. They're more realists than anything else. They are able to explain things logically, and that's what they're doing. And sometimes it's just sometimes stop trying to make logic out of it. You have rabbits, new beginning, and you have coffin, death or loss, and ending. You know what's really crazy is you have 2 cards here that symbolize ending and new beginning. Literally, one card says new beginnings and one card says endings. The end is just the beginning. Death is just the beginning. Now, for some of you, there could have actually been a loss, as I had talked about this, you know, the loss that I'm still mourning with my grandparents, you know, especially with my grandma, because I was so close to her. She was like my mom. And, you know, my daughter is just, she feels the same way that I feel as her great grandma, and she feels the same way. Like, this woman made such a huge impact in our life that it's like, was devastating to lose her, and we're still mourning. And so for some, it's about this loss, you know, of, I do this for a living, and I understand that souls never die. Duh, I know that. It's not the soul that I'm mourning the loss of, because I know she's like literally right around me. I dream of her all the time. I feel her. I know she's still there. I'm mourning this 3D muggle meat suit that she used to be in. I'm mourning that I'll never hear the sound of her voice again. I'm mourning that we will never be able to touch her and hold her. You know, that's the part that I'm mourning. I'm not mourning or questioning or needing to be reassured of, oh, the soul's still there. Energy never dies. Well, duh. We know that. I know that. But you see how each of us have our own little things that we hang on to and need to kind of work through? You don't even realize it until it happens to you, like how you're going to take a loss, right? You just don't. You don't know until it's you. Now, in the Rabbit card, it's very important because not only is it about new beginnings, but it's about desire, sex, and procreation, fertility, multiple, and a sudden increase. And this is why in the beginning I felt I needed to do the Sexual Tarot Magic deck in the extended. I could just feel that that kind of an energy would come up. So for some of you, something that you thought was done, and you have no options now, like, oh great, so I have no options, there's nothing. All of a sudden, boom, there's new beginnings, but there's not just one option, there's multiple. It's raining men, hallelujah, it's raining men. Or for like work opportunities, all of a sudden you have multiple offers. See how it says a sudden increase? All of a sudden there was none and now there's lots. Look at that waterfall. This could also be symbolic of people's feelings, right? Because when I said there was nothing and then all of a sudden there's lots, a waterfall comes out and the very first thing it says is flood of emotions, abundance, overflowing, tears of sorrow or joy, release and fulfillment. And this is the energy that a lot of us are going to be feeling during this Pisces full moon. We're going to be releasing things that were still deep within us. It's also about, you know, with the sudden increase and the multiply here with the rabbits, you're talking about somebody's emotions and feelings. Something's there that wasn't there before. I keep feeling that. I know I've been feeling it since last year, or I'm pretty sure it was since last year. Something's there that wasn't there before. Very Beauty and the Beast, right? You know, the song where it's all of a sudden something happens. But is it all of a sudden, or was it always there? But we were just trying to make logic of it. We were trying to be realistic about this and black and white. And I think there's one thing that I've learned in this lifetime so far is that sometimes you can't make sense of things. It's just, the universe is so fucking intelligent. Sometimes you cannot make sense of shit. It just is insanely magical, defies logic. Look, we have Judgment, talking about rebirth, so the end is a new beginning, right? Transformation, heeding the call, renewal, destruction and creation, that's the end and the new beginning. Surrender, awakening, fundamental change, and clearing and purging. Every single thing that we've just discussed thus far. Judgment also can symbolize a final decision, but it is a resurrection, something that is dead that comes back. I think it could be somebody's feelings or an opportunity that you crossed off your list and that you thought there was no hope. It actually becomes a reality. So I've been dreaming to be a singer and actor, and it's like never gonna happen. So I stopped thinking of it, wishing for it. And then all of a sudden you get like offers to start. Illness, fatigue, stress, anxiety, worry, reduce restlessness, the mice. Stress and anxiety. Be careful not to feel that too much and let that consume you, especially right now during a sign like Virgo. You know, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is very That's why sometimes Geminis, I have a Gemini rising. When I'm really skittish and really talkative and just whatever, I'm moving a million miles a minute, it's my Virgo. I mean, it's my Gemini. Virgos are the same way. They can be, depending, of course, what else you have in your chart. So be careful you're not getting too overwhelmed by stress and anxiety and shit like that, right? Remember now, it's not about remembering what we've lost from the past. It's not about freaking out about what we may not get in the future. It's about being in the present moment. This too shall pass. You have the key: solution, intelligence, genius, insight, clarity, open, breakout, liberty, lock, unlock, and helpful. I just heard like a key go into a door, and that's the worst sound effect ever in life. I am the worst mimicker or sound effector. It went like click. That's even worse. It went imagine like an old skeleton key that went into like an old fucking door hole, keyhole. Okay, imagine the shit getting unlocked. Click. There you go. It's like the final missing piece. Let's get one more, please. It flipped. Temperance. This is Sagittarius. Optimistic, restless, humorous, outspoken, independent, slightly irresponsible. Time period on here says within 14 to 30 days. That could prove to be important. Something happens within 14 to 30 days. I need one more, please. I'm going to keep going till I feel the need to stop. You have garden, public, audience, crowds, an event, a date, community, and outdoors. For us here in Hawaii, we can't go outside really. It's a stay-at-home order put in place again for another 14 days because people don't listen. A period, if you want to know how come, because they don't. And our numbers are climbing and we're on an island, nowhere to run, okay? So we can't really go outside. We can go outside to do essential things. Other than that, they really want us to stay home. So for those of you that are in the same predicament as us here in Hawaii, obviously this could be different. This does not necessarily have to be going outside on a date in a restaurant because we can't do that here in Hawaii, right? It's takeout only. What's important here is there's some kind of an event, and it could be something that people are watching happen. They can watch you on TV. They can watch you. I think they watch you work. Remember, I've been feeling that since like last year. People watch you while you work. I don't know, maybe you work at like a restaurant or you work at like a Starbucks or something and like they watch you. Maybe you are a singer or an actress, right? And then they watch you like that. I don't know. It's something where people watch you out. You're out there in some capacity. And I want you to just take that as it resonates. I feel like I want one more. Yep, there it is, the butterfly. Metamorphosis. Time. Be open, embrace change, evolution of the soul, and reinvent yourself. Everything is all about like the end is the beginning. That's what the butterfly is symbolic of, right? Transformation. We even have it right here, look, with judgment, transformation. So there's this gorgeous metamorphosis or transformation of thyself, but of thy situation or thy relationship. You know, the caterpillar, what the caterpillar thinks is the end, the butterfly sees and knows is the beginning. Death is just the beginning. I love that movie, The Mummy. You know what they say about the butterfly? Is that when you chase the butterfly, it eludes you, right? It's one of my favorite quotes ever that I've ever heard, and I don't remember who originally said it. When you chase the butterfly, it eludes you. But when you forget about the butterfly and you sit in your place of peace and comfort, the butterfly comes to you and sits quietly on your shoulder. This is why when we stop worrying about something, this is why when we forget about something, it manifests and comes to us because it comes via the path of least resistance. And path of least resistance is literally forgetting about something. So some of you, this could be something that is being transformed or coming back, or a reconciliation of something that you may have forgotten about or just kind of made peace with, that it wasn't going to happen. And you didn't get upset about it. You literally just got over it and forgot about it. And it's in those moments of when it comes and sits quietly on your shoulder, right? So the butterfly is coming back for some. All right, you guys, I'm going to finish this and do a completely new spread in the extended. Click the link below to purchase it. Reminder, if you are underage, don't purchase it. If sexual images and sexual talk offend you, don't purchase it, okay? Now, I want to thank you all for your likes, your shares, and your subscriptions here on YouTube. This morning I woke up and I saw it was 80K, and I really appreciate that, you guys. I know that my delivery and how I am is rough, and I'm not for everybody, hence why, you know, my numbers are not in the huger numbers, and that's okay, right? It's not about, those are 3D things, and you know, obviously we live in a 3D world. You know, we want to be, you know, the best at what we do, and we want to do all these things. You want to have purpose, not popularity, is one of my lessons in this life, you know. And as an aqua too, I dance to the beat of my own unique, odd, random drum. So, you know, we are very eccentric and different, and I'm so thankful to have people that accept me as I am. And I still receive comments from people about my swearing and how I look and why I dress that way and why I act like that. And if you don't like it here, you click the fuck off, okay? It's a rule of thumb. No one's forcing you to do anything. Stop spending so much time and energy commenting on our videos and treating other light workers or other people out there doing this kind of work like shit. Stop. Mind your damn business. If something doesn't resonate with you, click the fuck off. Move on. It's like when you change a channel on TV. You know, as light workers and people in this community, I feel we should be protecting each other, honestly. And so, you know, I get very protective of myself as well as other people who do this. We put ourselves out here for you. And we are judged and scrutinized, you know, and still yet we wake up every day feeling that call from spirit to pull cards or to channel messages, because someone out there needs to hear the particular message that we have that particular day. And so I love you guys so very much, and I appreciate all of your support from everywhere around the world. It's been a crazy 3 years, and you know, here's to 100K. So I will see you guys in the extended. Don't forget, follow me on Instagram, xi_missy_xi. And if you have TikTok, follow me there. It's the same handle as my Instagram. And if you want to book a reading with me, please click the link below. All of my information is in the description box. Everything you need to know is there. Please see what I offer first before you email me. And then when you do email me, put it in the title of the email what it is you want, so I know what to invoice you. Alrighty. I'll see you in the extended. Love you.